The coronavirus death toll in the country on Tuesday rose to 124 and the number of cases climbed to 4,789, registering an increase of 508 cases in the last 24 hours according to the data from Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. The total number of cases includes 66 foreign nationals. Nearly 1.1 lakh tests have been conducted so far in the country. However, a tally of figures reported by various states as on 9:45 p.m. on Tuesday showed that 5,192 people have tested positive across the country and at least 162 deaths have been reported. Maharashtra reported at least 150 more testing positive to take the state's tally to 1,018. Maharashtra is the only state to have crossed the 1,000 mark in terms of positive cases, while 12 more died in the state on Monday to take the toll to 64. Let's move on to next news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will chair an all-party meeting on Wednesday over the novel coronavirus outbreak via video conferencing. However, only floor leaders of political parties having more than 5 MPs will participate in the meeting. This would be the first such meeting to be chaired by Prime Minister Modi. The meeting comes amidst severe criticism by the opposition parties, especially the Congress party, of the government's handling of the crisis. Opposition parties have charged the government of not engaging opposition leaders in the fight against the deadly virus, though Prime Minister Modi has interacted with eminent personalities of the civil society, including journalists and sportspersons. The Prime Minister is likely to seek suggestions from the opposition leaders on the roadmap to contain the outbreak. Besides, he will also appraise them of the steps being taken by the government to check the spread of virus. Let's move on to next news. The centre is looking at extending the lockdown beyond April 14 after many state governments and health experts suggested such a course of action on the ground that the COVID-19 threat is still looming large. The move comes days after Prime Minister Modi had called upon chief ministers to come up with a strategy towards the staggered exit from the lockdown. This idea was to draw up a district-wise phased plan, but many states apparently felt that implementation would be challenging, especially when COVID-19 cases have still not ebbed. The current speculation is that an extension of about 2 weeks until April end is under consideration. Let's move on to next news. US President Donald Trump on Tuesday said that he would put a hold on America's funding to the World Health Organization, accusing it of becoming China-centric during the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Geneva-headquartered World Health Organization receives vast amounts of money from the United States. He said that we pay for a majority or the biggest portion of their money. However, they actually criticized and disagreed with Donald Trump's travel ban at a time when he did it. They were wrong. They have been wrong about a lot of things, and they had a lot of information early and they didn't want to share it. They seem to be very China-centric. Let's move on to next news. China has ended its lockdown of Wuhan, the original epicenter of coronavirus crisis, as the city re-emerges from the deadly outbreak that is now raging across the globe. But even as Wuhan reopens its borders after 76 days, some restrictions within the city will remain in place, and officials warn that the threat of further infections remain far from over. The metropolis of 11 million, where the coronavirus was first detected in December, had been sealed off from the outside world since January 23 in an unprecedented effort to contain the outbreak.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.